Well, earlier today, Isley spoke with Kevin Hunt, senior and ex-gang member turned anti-violence advocate. Here's what he had to say about Sunday's shooting.
We wanted to talk to you today about what happened in Conway. How did you feel when you heard about this news?
I was hurt. I was disappointed because I don't want this to be the norm for us. Just to hear about the shootings and the killings and the people that got shot. I really was disappointed for a lot of reasons, and in my mind, I'm just trying to figure out how did it happen. And it's just a lot of things that goes into that. But I was really hurt about the lives that lost, the people that were shot, and then it's trauma that other people have to deal with. It makes it seem like it's not safe to go somewhere and enjoy yourself, and it is. We just got to manage that time when you got to be able to just really understand what's going on when you go in places these days.
And a lot of the videos have been surfacing on the internet. You work in the schools today. What's the reaction to seeing those things? It's now tangible for kids to see, violence at their fingertips.
Yeah, kids social media is so powerful. Kids are seeing it, they talking about it, walk right into school today. Mr. Hunt, you see the video? I got the video. Like, no, hold on, I don't want to see it. Yes, I saw it. It's not something that I want to have a conversation about like right now. I just want to get my thoughts together because it hurts. And the kids, they say the same thing, like, oh, I'm not going here, I'm not going here. And I'm always telling kids, like, our state, our city, our county, and other counties are really safe. It will have these isolated incidents. But the thing is, it's about before you go somewhere to enjoy yourself, you have to really just find out what it's about, where they have security there, and then is the police presence going to be there? Not just the police presence being there, but also walking around where everybody is at so that people can actually see the law enforcement. So that helps out a lot. And that's some things I tell kids, like if you're going to go somewhere, make sure the first thing you do, find out who's having it, make sure they have law enforcement presence there, and make sure that the law enforcement is walking around while people are enjoying themselves.
And those are great tips for adults as well, things that we need to remember going to these events. You teach at-risk teens right now and students. What's the number one lesson that you want parents to teach their kids when navigating going to these type of environments, or even if they're bringing something like that to the environment as well?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I would, as a parent, and I am one, and what I say, I wouldn't allow my son to go anywhere without, well, who's having it? Will they have security? What's the purpose of having it? What's the purpose of you going there? What are you trying to accomplish when you go there? So if I'm a parent and my child came to me and asked me, I'm most definitely gonna ask them the two things: who's having it? Because it's very important who's having that picnic, that party. That is super important. And then what level of security would they have? Yeah, it's good to have security guards and security, but I want to see that local law enforcement, and I want to see more than one car. I want to see more than two cars. I want to see those law enforcement walking around that gathering, so I can feel safe as a grown person who comes from that space. I still want to feel safe.
And with your programs in the schools, what exactly do you all do?
So we just something similar to, I love taking our kids, putting them in scenarios all the time about what if this happened. You have to practice that. Like I can't just come tell you, hey, when somebody hits you, turn the other cheek. You got to practice that. Like there's things that you should be doing, and sometimes kids don't understand. That's even with adults as well too. You have to practice. So one of the things we do, I put them in scenarios to just kind of practice what the message and then the outcome that we want. So you got to practice. It's just like you pulling up at a park. You look, a lot of people there, it's on social media, it's going well. Well, do you see any law enforcement cars? And then how many? Because if it's a big park and he's on this side parking his car, he or she is on this side parking car, well, that should be like, well, the numbers ain't right. You need to see 2 to 3, they walking around, just shaking hands, policing, just whatever they need to do so you can feel safe. Because if I see a law enforcement car, then I probably still can ease in with my gun, I'm gonna have it tucked. But if I see a law enforcement car, more than one, and he or she is walking around, I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna go to a different direction.
Definitely, and having those things in place do deter violence from happening. Yes. Is there any call to action or something that you would like to see following this tragedy?
I just think before we have something like that, there needs to be something in place for parties all around the state of Arkansas and beyond. If they're going to have a party, that needs to be to make sure that we have the proper security. We have the proper law enforcement going to be, whether it's be outside of the park, whether it be a bachelor's party, whatever it may be where it draws young people, wherever the young people are going to be at, we need more law enforcement. So if that means you got to save your pennies and partner with your local law enforcement to get 2 to 3 more of those guys and girls there, you should do that. As a parent, you should do that. As a city, we should do that, make it required that we have the amount of law. I don't know what the equivalent would be per law enforcement. Is one law enforcement per every 30 adults. Something needs to be in place so we can have the ample amount of law enforcement there at all times, because it will deter somebody that has come in with bad intentions, in other words.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate your time. Where can we find more information about your programs and what you're doing here in Little Rock?
So you can Google me. You can get on klhuntsr.com or twosuitsnochoice.com and kind of find out a little bit more about what I'm doing and what I stand for.
Well, we appreciate all the work that you're doing. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.